welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, I'm bringing you a lock extension series in which I go into some details on the things that you need to consider or know before you get your lock extensions. In my first part series, I actually discussed human hair versus synthetic hair lock extensions and which one might be best for you, you know, the pros and the cons. And in the video after that, I actually discussed the brands that you might want to consider for human hair and synthetic hair. And now in this video, I'm actually going to show you guys how to make your own lock extensions. And a subscriber, or actually I'm not sure if this person was subscribed to me or not, but someone definitely commented on my original how to make lock extensions video, telling me that it would be nice if I could do like a updated or just a refilm of the video. So now that I have better quality and stuff, I thought, you know what, I really should do that. So yeah, if you want to know how to make lock extensions simply and easily, then be sure to stay tuned and subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Oh, by the way, in my next video, which is the last part of this series, I'm actually going to show you guys how to attach the lock extensions onto your existing locks or onto your natural hair or your hair, whatever texture it may be. So yes, let's get into it. So I have this hair, and it's actually the hair that I have in my hair at the moment, and I wrote down the name because I tend to be forgetful sometimes. This is the Bijou Realistic African Bulk hair, and I have it in the ombre option. It's really long. I had to cut it for my braids because of the job that I do, working in healthcare. You don't want hair down to your butt swinging and swinging all over the place. It gets to you, so I had to cut it, right? So yeah, the hair is really long. So what I will do, I will be sure to cut it. As for the materials I'll be using, my hands, as well as a traditional crochet hook, you know, with the latch. This is a typical cheap $2, I don't know, it was like $3 when I bought it. I was in TT, so it might be like 50 cents or something for you guys in the US, I don't know, but it's very cheap, really cheap, no more than $1 for this. It is a traditional crochet latch hook, and I have a smaller version to that, and this particular one is by the brand Donna, and that is actually my first name. Misty is my second name, and J is my name initial, hence Misty J for my channel. But anyway, so yeah, they said this for micro braids and dreadlock maintenance. This is not really the one I wanted, but there's the one I ended up going with. It's in number 16 and it is extra small. You probably can't even read that from there, so I don't know why I bothered. But it's a very tiny needle. It actually has the latch on this. Oh wow, it feels good. It has a nice handle, like a nice grip. So I don't know if you could even see that. That's to tell you how tiny. I don't know if this latch will survive, but I guess we'll see. I don't really need the latch part on it. Just the tiny hook is what I need. So let me come off the camera and stop rambling and get straight into how to make lock extensions. So guys, this is the hook that I was just showing you. As you can see, it's so tiny. So tiny in comparison to the traditional crochet hook, right? Very tiny. Before we even get into using these hooks, we need to use our hands. You know what? Another tool could also be a comb. So let me get a comb out, and I will use a small tooth comb. And oh, I also need, do I have my scissors here? So for this particular demonstration, I don't need that much hair, so I'm gonna cut. I'm cutting it at an odd place, I know. So I think an important step is to back comb. Even if it's with your natural hair, you might want to back comb your hair a bit. And what this does, it just forms the knot that you will need to get the ball rolling. With our texture, when I say our, I mean like type 4 texture hair, back combing may not be necessary. You know what, let me cut this even further. Alright, with type 4 hair you may not need to back comb. So like your hair will be hanging here, right? And you will just be back combing up on the hair like this. So it's like you're knotting it. You would usually do this if it's like a looser texture of hair that might be less prone to knotting up as easily. This hair is now knotted, and you can see that it's knotted in a few places, right? Here I could do with a little more knots, but that's fine. So this is the hair that we have now, right? When you're doing it on the actual hair, it would probably take less time, and given the texture of this hair, you probably wouldn't even need to do all of that, but I was just showing you guys. So next, you don't even need the crochet hook yet. You make a hole in the hair, right, to the center, and you twist, and you take the hair and you push it through the same hole that you just made, and you pull. That's your first knot there. And you want to alternate where you put the hole as well as the direction in which you make the hole, in order to not create that ugly Y, because then the locks will just look like it has a set of holes in it, and that is not a good look. When the hair reaches to the point where you can't make the hole anymore, and it's to the point where it's so knotted that you can't find a space to pull the hair through, then you go in with the crochet hooks, because they will do the harder work, the more detailed work for you. So you see how I have like this Y forming here? I don't know if you can tell, it was like the letter Y. You don't want that. So what I will do, I will split one part of the Y as well as the next part of the Y and create a new hole there as to close up the initial Y. So you see it's getting harder and harder for me to create a space in order to pass the hair through. So now I'm gonna actually go in with the bigger crochet hook. Just like with any other braid, you push the hair through the lock, you take the hair on top and you put it in the hook, you close the latch. Sometimes you don't even need to close the latch because it will close on its own, and you pull the hair through, just like that. Simple. Leave some loose natural hair because it needs to attach onto your hair, so you don't want to do all. You could leave a few inches, whether it's 3 or 2 inches, anywhere around there is fine, right? So most of the time you wouldn't even need to latch it. Depending on the hair, you would know if you would need to pay more attention into latching it. The hair is still a little loose, so I will make sure and close the latch before I pull it through. Some people like to go straight in with the smaller hook, but if you're not accustomed to this hook, guys, and using it, you're going to find some trouble and it's going to be difficult. So familiarize yourself with the bigger latch hook first. Familiarize yourself with the general foundation of making the lock first before you're going with the smaller hook, especially if you're not accustomed, right? So what I recommend is palm rolling the hair, and this just smoothens it and makes it easier. So as you can see there, already we have a lock that exists. You want to make sure to round it off properly, so I'll show you how to round off the end of the lock as well. Alright, so what I do, I push, like I go up in terms of the angle. Carefully, the angle is important, it helps a lot. So I push up and then I wrap some of the hair by the hook and pull through. And I keep doing that, pulling up and through and grabbing all the little hairs on the end, right? And I'll keep turning the lock, and I don't know if you notice, oh gosh, so I'm pushing the needle up and pulling hair through, and I don't know if you notice, but it is neatening up the ends there already. Turning and pulling, and I'm turning the lock as well so that I'm not only gathering hair in one place, but I'm rounding off in various directions. So yeah, this is the final thing. Ta-da! I hope that this video was helpful, and as you can clearly see, we went from this, so this is to give you an idea of the amount of hair and its density, right? It's not that very dense, right? We went from this to this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the other parts of my series, and I'll see you in the next video where I attach this lock onto some existing hair. So see you guys soon. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Bye.